you know of any stories that tell connections between non-humans and Mormons?
Well, there's a lot of strange stuff that goes on underneath the Mormon temple. And nearby the Mormon temple, of course, is right in the heart of Salt Lake. And it has sub-basements upon sub-basements upon sub-basements. We've been in some of them. And it's been reported that right across, well, it's not been reported, it's a fact, that right across from the Mormon temple is a downtown urban mall. I forget the name of it. And in the basement of the mall, numerous times, the cleaning people have seen large reptilian figures walking on two legs, scurrying through the basement of the mall. Also,
and on the floor of the Denver airport, embedded in the tiles as you get off, are little reptiles all over the floor. And in the stained glass windows are swastikas and the fleur-de-lis. So it's in front of your face, right in front of you. I don't even believe what I'm telling you. Go look for yourself.
And the structure itself?
Yeah. Yep. And I have the photographs, which I left at home, but I have them. And outside the airport, on a big plaque, it says, dedicated to the people of Denver by the New World Airport Organization. And underneath Denver Airport, and some subterranean cavern that they built, contractors built something with enough concrete to build a 6-lane highway between Denver and Chicago. That's how much is built underneath the airport, which, by the way, has been built an hour away from Denver. And when you drive into the airport, there are cameras that monitor your license plate no matter where you're from. And when you leave, they monitor again. So whoever goes in, they know who comes out. And if there's anything blocking your license plate, they will stop you, make you clear it off so they can monitor it. The underground is a gigantic holding pen with entrances and subterranean caverns that crisscross North America. And it's built directly over what the government refers to as a reptilian nest. These are nests where there are large pockets of reptilian cultures living there. One of the largest areas extends from Monmouth area of California around Mount Shasta, all the way down to the Mojave, 29 Palms area, and then east to Arizona and what is commonly known as Area 51 in Nevada. That is one of the largest underground reptilian areas.
The first full-time self-contained Eden, or biosphere for extraterrestrial life forms, is founded in North America, underground along what is now known as New Mexico and Arizona. Now, this first Eden was created 899,701 Earth years ago. Okay, and this was by the sea car in New Mexico, Arizona border. Okay, they still fancy the desert. They still fancy the desert, the reptilians.
I went over to their house. Sometimes I'd go over there on the weekends, and he and I and the mother and the girls, we would take off and we'd go up to Palmdale. And that's back in 1959, 53 years ago. And there's only a couple of warehouses out there, military and that kind of thing. This is like 50, 60 miles north of Los Angeles. And we go way out into the desert. And I remember walking out in the desert with him, and the girls would take off with their mother, and they were roaming around. He and I would go to caves, and he knew right where they were. He drove right up to them. It was the caves going into the ground. One of them had tracks going down, so it was obviously a mining hole. And we went down there. We went way down. We had the flashlights with us, and my girlfriend went with me about halfway, and then she got spooked and decided to want out. And so we went on down further, just the father and I, until we hit water. And he told me, he said, yeah, they were digging down here and they were mining and they hit water and they all died and they're all dead down there. And then other ones he would stop at, we'd get out and he would show me, we'd walk up to the opening in the ground as some kind of like a little hill, and on the other side of the hill would be a hole, and we'd go around and I'm looking at this little hole in this side of this little hill, and we'd go down there for a little bit with the flashlight, and obviously somebody made that hole, somebody made that entrance into that hill. And we could shine the light down and see us going down further. And he said, this is as far as we can go. We can't go any further. And he would tell me, I remember distinctly one time he said, we were walking down this hole, and this looked like a mining hole, but there was no tracks there. And then he stopped, and he said, this is as far as we can go. We can't go any further. And I said, why not? And he said, well, because there are aliens here. They're down there, and you will be safe as long as you're with me, and I'm safe as long as I don't go any further. But I wanted you to see that there are aliens here, and they live down here, but we're not going to go see them, believe me. And we're all right now, but if we go any further, we'll be in trouble. So I think it's time that we